Okay, so the serial fabulist New York Congressman George Santos has taken on many fake identities with his fabricated resume, and his shamelessness continues. He has now compared himself to civil rights pioneer Rosa Parks. His comments came in a recent podcast interview where he discussed Senator Mitt Romney, reportedly telling him, quote, "You don't belong here," before President Biden's State of the Union address in February. Santos invoked Rosa Parks' name when discussing what happened. Listen.
I'm going to call them out. You want to call me a liar? I'll call you a sellout. I mean, Mitt Romney, the man goes to the State of the Union of the United States wearing a Ukraine lapel pin, tells me, a Latino gay man, that I shouldn't sit in the front, that I should be in the back. Well, guess what? Rosa Parks didn't sit in the back, and neither am I going to sit in the back.
Oh, snap. Let's put this into context, shall we? In 1955, Rosa Parks was arrested in Montgomery, Alabama for refusing to sit in the back of the bus and give up her seat to a white passenger. Her act of extraordinary courage and defiance led to the Montgomery bus boycott and is known as one of the earliest starting points of the civil rights movement. Nearly a year later, the Supreme Court ruled the city's bus segregation laws were legal and unconstitutional. By comparison, Mr. Santos is awaiting trial on criminal fraud charges. He's pleaded not guilty to a 13-count indictment that includes allegations of misusing campaign funds and lying about his personal finances on a House disclosure form. He's also admitted to lying about his resume and family background. The first-term congressman's thirstiness is unquenched, however, and he claims he will be seeking re-election. So let's take a look at the numbers, shall we? Our senior data reporter, Harry Enton, is here. So what does the data show us about how
What the
Mr.
hell
Santos
is wrong with him?
polling?
Can I just say that? I mean, my goodness gracious. Look, his favorable rating in his own district comes in at 7%. That's not particularly high. So
I'm surprised it's that high, to be honest.
Well, again, you can get 7% of Americans to agree upon anything. And in fact, I have some examples of that right there.
10% believe the earth is flat?
10% of Americans believe the earth is flat.
Okay.
12% of Americans believe that the U.S. faked the moon landing.
Oh, well, that's, yeah, of course.
So obviously, right? So the fact is,
Stanley Kubrick filmed it.
Yeah, there we go. That's exactly right. They did it on a set stage. We did it all for some ridiculous reason. So I think that gives you an understanding of just how unpopular this dude is. He has fallen behind conspiracy theories. His support pocket in New York's 3rd District is so small.
And does he have fundraising numbers? Does he put those out?
Yeah, he did for Q1. We don't know what his Q2 fundraising is, but for Q1, he raised a little bit more than $5,000. By comparison, his Republican challenger, we know what his Q2 fundraising is, and he's raised about $200,000. Okay. So I'm not necessarily the biggest math genius in the world, but I believe that is about 40 times as much as the incumbent representative has. And that, of course, is ridiculous because normally, incumbents raise a lot of money. In this case, the incumbent is being far outraised.
Santos has great name recognition.
He does have great name recognition, but sometimes, they say that all news is good news. Perhaps that's not necessarily the case in politics, because in this particular case, that news seems to be quite negative.
And are there polls about Rosa Parks' popularity?
Yeah, there are.
Are there really?
There are, but there's polls about everything. Come on, you know this. If George Santos is universally disliked, Rosa Parks is universally well-liked, at least now. So if you look at Rosa Parks' favorable rating among Democrats and Republicans, they hover right at about 90%, right? Slightly higher among Democrats than Republicans, but the fact is that's within any statistical margin of error.
Well, that's at least good to see.
It's good to see. Yes, I come with good news. Yes, we have a serial fabulist who somehow got into Congress, but the fact is Rosa Parks, a civil rights hero, rightfully so, is still very well liked, while someone like George Santos is not just disliked by Democrats, he's disliked by Republicans with just a favorable rating of only 11% among Republicans in his own district.
Yeah.